Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Great Ideas Live Trading Room for Friday, August the 9th. Can I get a quick sound check, please? All right. Well, yeah, this nectar was a little bit whippy. I was watching this like a hawk, wanting to see this real clear 19 break. Finally took it at just underneath 19, just underneath 19. And I've already covered a couple of portions of it. I want to see if we can get a bigger collapse, of course. Looking at on the daily chart, sorry, that monthly chart has room down to this area, but we'll see. It's already down 37%. Another one of these ones that are really down a lot in the pre-market, but can also keep moving down because of the no support really in the weekly or the monthly. So I've got to watch that one going forward. Another one that is, I actually thought I was going to be taking this one, to be honest, the DXC. Another huge move down, 20% down, $10 down. Didn't quite give me the setup that I was looking for. It was a little too jumpy, so I did not take that one, the DXC. And let's see what else is happening. RKDA had some news about their some kind of a drought tolerant, whatever they make, drought tolerance. Drought tolerant soybean strain. There you go. Just looking at the headline right there. Okay. Fetch, yeah, FTCH is down on earnings. FTCH down on earnings. I mean, look at this gap also. I mean, this is it's not a lifetime low. It isn't? Yeah, I still don't understand. 1144. Some of these recent IPOs, we just have it. Excuse me, our provider is all out of whack. It's like it's zero. So anyway, may as well be it's a lifetime low as far as I'm concerned for Fetch, FTCH. Pump, another E gap down, earnings gap down. Look at that. I mean, this is a lot of, well, not a lot. What am I saying here? Right there, it's 1203. So there's really, underneath here, I mean, there's maybe a little bit of support around that 10.7 level. And of course, Uber, my goodness, Uber. So they lost more than the market thought was planning for, over $5 billion in losses. I mean, the market was prepared for a loss, but more than, it reported more than I guess the market was expecting. So Uber is down. DBX, Dropbox, DBX, another one that a lot of people will know, is also down a little bit on earnings. Trying to come back, actually. STML is down. Now the financing is at 15.25, so it's just a little bit above that financing price. Be watching that level. If it takes out 15.25 and gets down through 15, a lot of support right around 13.26, but if it really takes out that financing level, this could have a nice move down for STML. Yelp is up on earnings. Now this was up on earnings. Yeah, this is a nice little breakout on that weekly chart. You can see there's some resistance right around that 41 level. So this one has room to run if it wants to. And that is Yelp on earnings. AMRN, big gap down. Big gap down for this, 20%, 365. Release news after hours. Some kind of a delay, a review delay with the FDA. So this has really caused this one to get slammed. KHC, I had this as a continuation down early. Let's see if it's still, it's pretty erratic right now. Some topping tails, etc. So I'm not sure. When I first saw it, it was right around here. So I have to wait and see if this is going to be a continuation on earnings down for KHC. I mean, if it takes out yesterday's low, it obviously has no support. Eli, Big Bertha. Eli is an earnings play. Big break here. I mean, this this can maintain these levels. This is the high. 20 obviously is the obviously the key area to get through. It hit to 1992 in the pre-market, but my goodness, if it can keep this level, look at the void on the left. AAXN. AAXN is an earnings play, and this is another nice gap down right at that whole number. Look at the room underneath. A lot of room underneath for maybe a little bit of support around the 58 level, but not a good reaction anyway to earnings. Down $8. V-Ray is another one. V-Ray, another gap down, cheap one. No support really. I mean, here's the low. Sorry, that's not the low. Here's the low, 271, 294. So there might be some support around $3. So a cheap one to potentially short. If it takes this out, you can see what it did. Got down to that level right there in the pre-market. I'm sorry, to that level right there in the pre-market, right around that 3 level. Morning, James. Audio on the iPad. I'm not sure. You know, I mean, there's an audio, I believe. There's an audio. I don't even know. I haven't looked at it for so long now. There must be an audio control within here, but I'm not sure. Maybe somebody on an iPad can help. Take it to the off topic, please. ALRM is another earnings play. Another nice looking break on the weekly chart. Has all sorts of room if it wants to keep going. ALRM. This is an earnings play also. Recent IPO, Revolve Group. This is almost at the lows now, guys. I mean, this is almost taking up the lows right there. I know we don't have it as an earnings play, but they did release earnings today. The low is 25.16, so it's not that far below its all-time low. Now, it was a very successful IPO. You know, I think it opened way above the IPO price, and look at the surge it had for 3 weeks, all the way up to here before it really started giving it up, and now in jeopardy of giving up its lifetime low. Yeah, I've had no issues. I've loaded it on my Pixel book. No issues whatsoever. Trying to load. I have no idea why. Well, Clovis. Well, they did a financing. Number one, that was the financing yesterday, as well as something to do with, I think, a competitive drug that has come out. That was another impetus for moving down, plus the big financing. So PBYI. Yeah. Hard to believe this one was way up here. Well, actually, way up here too. It's unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, a long time ago, but in 2015, so 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago, this was a $237 stock down to $10. Earnings play. Okay, guys, listen. With a lot of stuff you can Google, you can find out a lot of this stuff by yourself. Okay, all you had to do was Google RKDA for the news, and you'll see that they're getting the okay on their drought tolerant. I mean, here's the news. I mean, all you have to do is Google it. All right, I'm going to check, see what sort of upgrades and downgrades we have this morning. Quite a few of both. Let me just get a few of them in here. Just a few more to go for the upgrades. All right, there are some of the upgrades. We get the downgrades now. Just one moment, please. No, a bunch of downgrades. The one that I'm in hasn't really given up much more from where I'm in at. That's the NKTR, but a bunch of downgrades. And 2 more to go, and that is it. All right, there are some of the upgrades and downgrades from briefing.com. Yeah, Apple. I'm always astonished by how many people say, how come I don't have data? It doesn't start until August the 12th, all right? Now you will be able to download, we'll be able to have access to the program about a couple hours after the market closes today, but there's no live data until August the 12th. That's what you signed up for, 5 days, August the 12th to, well, Monday to Friday, okay? Now, here's another issue about the test drive guys, and for anybody else who has a trade ideas. Okay, there we go. Now we're doing what I wanted to do. Okay, so you should have now. You'll notice that if you, I got them to make sure to get that out of beta and put this in the production version. So if you downloaded 4.2.81 before, please download 4.2.89. Okay, this is now the new production version, especially if you're part of the test drive. All right, again, if you're having technical issues regarding not being able to see my screen or audio, of course audio can't hear me, please go to the tech support and go all the way to the top, and I have a couple of fixes. Hopefully can't see my screen. All that it may take is a refresh. And again, I have no idea why this happens to some people, not all, but obviously something to do with I mean, everybody has different computer configurations, so I really don't know why it happens. Yep, update. I would always have the latest. Yeah, if you're a subscriber, for sure. I would always have the latest. I would have the beta all the time too, but well, you can always, I know what you're talking about. You're not talking about the evening scan, the actual scan I do after hours. You're talking about the what we're watching all day today. Is that right? See the end. You can go to the channel and then then all you have to do is click on the windows and save it to the cloud. All right, each individual window, save them to the cloud, and then get out of that channel, get back to your layout, and then bring them into the cloud, or bring them back, file load from cloud, and you can incorporate them as part of your layout. That make sense? Well, the big difference, if you have a premium, the big difference, if you have a premium service, you want to be able to have all three AIs in one window. That's the big difference, okay? But I will always have the latest version, guys. I mean, just why not? But that's the big difference. No, I don't think so, because the symbol list is in there. It should update. No, I don't think you're going to have to do it every day. Shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. It doesn't make sense to me that you would have to, because all you're doing, you see here as an example, well, I have a symbol list attached to this one that I update every day at the end of the market, as you know. So, I mean, it's always going to get updated. Okay, so you probably, if you downloaded the production version, then you probably have 4.2.81. Unless if you can remember, when you downloaded it, at the very beginning, it said TI Pro AI, it said 4.289. If you did not scroll down, now it's not there anymore, but if you did not scroll down to download the beta, then download this one. This is now the latest production version, okay? All right, wow, shoot. Even a worse word. I wanted to watch this one. This is the one I was talking about on a 1525 break. Oh well, 1525 break. Why 1525? That's the financing. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, there are background noises. Until my wife goes to work, you're going to hear that. Genius Brands, GNUS. A little pop here, big pop. What am I talking about? Big pop, 50%. We're up 90% up now. GNUS. Sure, there's some news on it. No, I don't even see any news on it. There's something is causing this. I don't see specific news. Well, I mean, if you look at our RKDA is low float, 4.7 million in the float. Obviously, it has some room. There it is at 333. So it's at this level right now. So it's got to clear 334 on that daily. Weekly, maybe some resistance right around here, 350. Hard to say. I mean, it's already up 65%. Had earnings day and a half ago too. Not that it had a big reaction, but I mean, if you want to be aggressive and on that pre-market high break, maybe, but you will have to worry about this area right there. There's the high of 367 of that week. It may stall it. There's another one. I mean, if it can get through these, then it's got a lot of room, doesn't it? Yelp is on the move here. Yeah, Yelp is running here on earnings. Nice. It's starting to fill that void pretty rapidly. Okay, I'm just looking for another more of a collapse for NKTR. I'm already out a couple of areas, 1868, 1847. Why don't I just put 1850 on an average? Yeah, key area for V-Ray will be that $3 level. Got down, well, that's going to pop on. It's starting to come back. But look at the monthly chart. You'll see right there, 311 right there. A couple of months lows right around that area. In after hours, it got right through that area and almost there pre-market. So, but it's having a big rebound, to be honest. On a percentage basis off that 313, 375. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this and bring in my gappers. And of course, be watching the evening scan. Just rearranging some windows here, guys. Okay. Well, okay. NKTR, just waiting to see if it can take out that whole number 18. There's still some room underneath if it can. It's 2 days in a row where I've traded something in the pre-market on the ones that were already down a lot. Okay, right at 18. All right. And there it goes. Let me back this weekly out. All right, well, I just covered some more at 18. I don't have very much left of the NKTR. That's from 1898. I was kind of hanging on for that 18 break. We'll see if it continues down. If not, we'll get out. Yes, less than 1 minute to go. Let's have a great end to our trading week, everybody, and get set for the test drive next week. This one just popped up, OCN. And fetch on the way down also. Boy, it hit underneath 10 in the after hours yesterday, 989. All right, we are now open. Okay, guys, FTCH. Watching for another 11 break on FTCH. This is from the evening scan. Let's see if Uber takes out the pre-market low. It got all the way down to 37 something after hours yesterday. Keeping an eye on Fetch, FTCH, to see if it can take out 11 again. All right, TXMD. Look at this pop for TXMD. Little bit of action after hours yesterday, and then the pre-market a little bit. I'm continuing to watch Fetch here, FTCH, to see if it just briefly went underneath 11 again. Okay, DXC on the way down here. This is the one I really wanted in the pre-market also. It was just a little too whippy for me. But lifetime low now, no, obviously no support for DXC. True, moving down also. Another lifetime low, true, lifetime low. Fetch is holding that 11. I'm trying to, love to see it collapse underneath 11, FTCH. Okay, NKTR, I still have a little bit left. Whoa. There's DXC, guys. So they're the two big catastrophes in the pre-market. Again, I wanted this one, I really did, but just couldn't figure out a way to get into it. The NKTR was a little bit easier, so that's why I took that one pre-market. You can see not as erratic. Eli is actually coming down here. And his Revolve is having actually, RVLV, having a big, massive bounce. There, bounce 20, well, I thought it was more. Well, actually, no, it's almost a $2 bounce. Yes, from the lows here for sure. Boy, Fetch is just teasing us here at $11. FTCH teasing us at $11. Well, guys, NEO again. Keep an eye on Dropbox. Dropbox is dropping. GBX. Okay, guys. Well, I'm all out of the Nectar. You can see it. It was moving down, and as it started moving up, I'm out of it now. Man, not too bad. DBX on the way down here. Interestingly, you know, the one we're testing right now, DBX short 1960, 1903 now. All right, guys. Oh, I got it. I think I was going to get it, the Fetch. Okay, what did I get it at? 1084. I had to watch that. You know, it's down so much. I didn't think I was going to get a fill. 1084, sorry. I'll get it up here in the announcement section. All right, guys, I covered some at just, what did I get it at? 1044 from 1084. You know, I don't like trading the first 15, but some of these are just too juicy to pass up, especially the cheaper ones. Wow, Eli, great short also from the evening scan next day. Just a second here. I forgot to take the caps off. All right. Well, Yelp. Yeah, I mean, it just ran away from me. But I can't watch everything. But Yelp ran away from me. Oh my goodness. Well, if you have the AI curation, I had Neo in there, 2620. Look at the pop it did, 2680. Wow, Eli. Eli had a, now didn't trigger because I guess it's but 1941. I mean, you can also look at, you know, the actual alerts before they trigger. And there was Eli at 1941. Look at this, 1818. Oh, I didn't take it, unfortunately. Yeah, QNST, I think is, yeah, it's an earnings play also, QNST. And big breakdown on the weekly, big breakdown on the weekly. Right. Guys, keep an eye on apps. Look at the nice little red bar ignored on apps early. There's a big bottoming tail for apps, pretty big. Actually, it's only a nickel. This had earnings 3 days ago. It is now above the highs there. Apps, APPS. I missed it. Look at there. There was the alert for QNST 1269 on the evening scan next day. Nothing in the up. Not yet, anyway. V-Ray, okay, what is V-Ray doing? Okay, after the, boy, big recovery for V-Ray. Now it's starting to come down again. Still down 43%. Yeah, this one is trying to fight back also. GLYC trying to fight back. Yeah, AGS is having a surge here. I'm going to answer that for real. I doubt very much. He doesn't hold very much. I'm going to answer that for real. Well, CNDT, now this is a lifetime low right now. CNDT, lifetime low, earnings play. Saw it in the pre-market. Kind of was hanging around this area. Choppy after hours when it released earnings. And now it is just, well, collapsing. Okay, guys, I'm all out of the fetch. FTCH. Oh my goodness. Guys, APPN, I mean, you got to be quick. There it was, 4604. Remember I was just saying there are nothing in the ups? Look at it now, 4604. You got to be quick. I didn't get it at 4604, but I'm loving these earnings evening scan next day. Loving them. You know, and I'm taking these even earlier than I normally would. That also showed up in this test, sort of a new, call it a new AI testing, 4524. It showed up earlier. Again, this is the second day of it. Earnings play and NBR is on the move here. Has a lot of room on the weekly. Same kind of room on the, wow, this has got some promise, guys. Volume is not tremendous right now, but NBR, excuse me. Wow. It's like voodoo, guys. Look at that. I mean, even that was a little bit later than what you would have seen here. QNST 1242 on the short. But even so, 1269, 1159. There's the fetch, 1104, got all the way down to 1021. The SGML kind of chopped around. So that one, you know, really nothing really could have happened there. And then, of course, the APPN at 46. Now, a lot of this is due to earnings, you know, and unfortunately, next week we're basically almost cut in half with the companies releasing earnings. So I really don't know what's going to happen with the evening scan next week or the weeks after, but so far it's just been giving us unbelievable alerts. And you can follow along, new channel bar. And on my channel, Barry's Windows right there, you'll have exactly the same symbol list as I have. APPN, let's see. Yep. AI liked this a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me, look at all the buys. These are all previous AI alerts. This is not an AI alert today. Yeah, I don't think you have to because the symbol list is attached. So I know what you're talking about. Just back it out of the channel bar. The symbol list that I use is attached to that window. So it should get updated. There's nothing really that you have to do. Meanwhile, I kept hearing Mesa, another earnings play. Wow. Lifetime low for almost a lifetime low for Mesa, almost. 35 cents away from a lifetime low. I remember this one. This was an IPO. Oh, that's right, the Mesa Air Group. No, I don't think so. No, because I update it, and it's what's called a global symbol list. So you don't have to do anything, as opposed to the usual symbol list, which is unique to everybody's each person's account. This is what's called a global symbol list that is basically in the cloud for everybody. So as I update it, well, the evening scan, no, it's not ready yet, as I don't see it. It's not here yet. See, I'm hoping that the AI curated will be in here also. Then you won't have to do anything. No, you cannot see the symbol list. No, but you see it here. It's basically here. The evening scan curated. It's right there. But the symbol list is, you can't see it because you can't edit it. You can't edit it because it's a global symbol list for everybody. So we can't allow people to look at it and edit it. My goodness, CNDT is just utter collapse again. Mesa, what did Mesa? I was thinking about this one too. The CNDT just didn't have that much volume in the pre-market, and I was way more interested in the Nectar. And nope, you only have to. The channel bar is standard service, so click on New Channel Bar, and just click on My Channel, Barry's Windows, and you'll see exactly what I see for the evening scan. Remember, now that is a layout, so if you're going to load it, make sure that you save your layout, because it'll replace your layout. Somebody asked a question about the scans. Yeah, everything that you see here plus more. If you want my scans, scans tab, everything is in here, or the Room Drive folder. And I recommend that if you are part of the test drive, you should download this, the scans that I share, because remember, the test drive for anybody who's starting on Monday, if you sign up now, you'll have access to the program about a couple hours after the market closes today. So you can take a look at my scans and you can load them to your platform if you want. Create a layout out of them if you want, because this will go into a Word document. So hopefully that makes sense. Wow, what a morning already. There's another one, Cryoport, another earnings play. Don't get too used to this, guys. This is, unfortunately, next week, not as many. Still a lot, 800. I mean, it's not. Problem is a lot of the earnings plays next week and the week after will be really smaller ones. The $2, $3, $4, $5 stocks. You don't usually get the big sort of pops that you do with the $10 to $60 stocks. I missed this one. Let's see, what else did I miss? Yeah, nice on the overstock. I know some of you were in the overstock. It had an interesting reaction after hours yesterday. Two earnings down to 17 now, obviously, and even pre-market it was still down. Now look at it. Yes, for overstock OSTK. WW worth watching. WW is worth watching. BARFs, BRFS, big challenge here for 10. Big float, 798 million in the float. Earnings 4 days from now. So guys, I'm all out of everything now. Apps is really interesting here. It's above the high of the earnings. Crazy, well, not a crazy reaction, but look at the reaction. This had earnings on this day. It looked really good, and it sold all the way off, and then it closed here, but it was quite a sell-off from earnings. Well, AAXN is ringing in my ear also. When I say this, the gap down and the gap up, I have this set to text to voice, so I keep hearing the symbol. And the lady keeps yelling at me to short it. Well, WW, okay. If he was saying WW, that's Weight Watchers. You played it on the bounce, did you? Okay, guys, maybe interesting. Now we'll keep an eye on this STML. The financing's at 1525. We have seen, occurrences where stocks really rip off the financing, even on the day of. I would wait to see if it really starts to it gets a charge in. It hit 1471. It's starting to move now. STML. Wow, I just didn't get it. It's really moving nicely off the financing of 1525 for STML. Okay, Tutor Parini is an earnings play, infrastructure stock. All right, guys, I have short of that TPC, the 1047. Okay, so I'm going to put a fairly tight stop on it. Gets in the high 50s, I'm out, just like that. Okay, so TPC 1047, and that is from the evening scan. And this is what I'm talking about. Okay, 1050 will get me out for sure. Just waiting on the TPC. You can be a little bit jumpy, so I'm just waiting on the TPC to see if it can take out that 1040 area, get into say the low 1030s. VRAY moving back down again. Yeah, just watching the TPC, it's just slightly under, but the bid 1044, 1049. So I'm kind of just in a 2-cent loss situation. Just waiting on it, guys. I just have to watch to see if it takes out that 1050. If it does, I'm out. All right, guys, I'm on at 1049, so I took a 2-cent loss on it. I'll look at it again if it takes out 1040. Look at pump, PUPM on a beautiful, look like a beautiful red bar ignored right there. In fact, it's awesome. Look at the bottoming tail on that, all the way down to 1216. The sellers tried to knock it down, and the buyers took it right back up to 1258, and now the buyers look like they are in control. I didn't see it, unfortunately, but the trigger would have been about 1276, 1276 for the pump. Well, pump was thumbnailed for me, number one, because it was an earnings play, way down, still down 23%. So I had thumbnailed this, but wow, too bad I missed that one. Okay, guys, I have taken the apps as a bit of a Bit of a flyer here. I'm in at 611 for the apps. I want to see if I can hold this and start to run a little bit. Of course, I will not let it go down below 6. Oh man, I wish I'd seen the Mesa earlier. Wow. Disastrous earning, or disastrous right now. This is the IPO about a year ago. Did really nothing. No, I shouldn't say that. It got as high as 1630. Oh boy, APPN. I'm not in it anymore, unfortunately. Whoa. All right, watching TPC again here, guys. I missed it. I missed it. I missed the TPC. I'm not sure I could have got it. It was down so much. Anyway, I was lucky to get it the first time. No, it's not down. No, I didn't get it. I just didn't get it. It's not down 10%. Excuse me. Thought it was down 10%. It just didn't fill me. It moved too quickly. I was trying to get it at 1041, and it just moved so quickly. Well, we've got the voodoo going again, guys. I mean, here we only have 6 alerts so far from the evening scan. APPN at 4604. That's not bad. SVM not moving yet, but 368. The SCML that bounced, you know. But if you could have got it right at the alert, it would get down to 1474. The fetch was awesome. 1104 got all the way down to 1028. QNST 1269 got all the way down to 1152. And you know, I was in the TPC, and so you know they all work to a certain extent, except for the SVM. SVM is just it hasn't not worked, it just hasn't moved. Lots and lots of action. Look at the pump. You know, I didn't get that pump on that RBI. Red bar ignored right there. Probably that's an absolutely beautiful one. What's your problem there, R3 Carbon? You know, with the multiple question marks. What's your issue? Another one that is you guys are talking about is FSLY, not a. Oh, look at pump. Yeah, what I do is now there won't be probably today I won't have to wait till 4:30, but Monday to Thursday I wait till 4:30. Let any companies that are going to release earnings between 4 and 4:30, or some after hour news before I do the evening scan, and then. You know, these are today's symbols in the evening scan. So once the market is closed today, I will look at each one of them and see whether or not I want to hold them for Monday, each one of these ones. and then I'll look. So, but this is the evening scan from yesterday. After hours yesterday that I created. And again, just waiting to see. I'll have to go through each one of them. See, do I want to hold? Do I want to hold? And then once I've done that, then I'll look at the evening scan for today and make a determination on which ones I want to watch on Monday. So it's an every day. Boy, Mesa, that was the one. I mean, it had no action. It really had no action in the pre-market. No inkling that this was going to happen. Okay, what is silver doing? Now, typically, I don't play unless it's, well, actually, it is an earnings play. It's an earnings play. SVM. But obviously tied to the sector to a certain extent, but there, silver's on the run here. It's still down for the day a little bit, but it is trying to rebound. So the SVM could be. Well, look at VRAY. I mean, after that big bounce all the way from -3 over $4 bounce, that's a huge percentage bounce. Just giving it up again. Looking to see if that appeared on a topper scan for me. Yeah, look at Yelp. Yelp is giving it up. Just fading from the highs. Big fade from the highs. Yeah, no place today. Yeah. So depending on how well apps closes, I mean, if I'm still in the money on it, and it closes near the high, a possibility. I mean, it's pretty extended on the monthly, but it's a possibility that I will swing it, depending on, if I'm positive. There, I mean, I'm going to call this a bit of a scalp play because, it's so tied to the sector, SLV. I don't often do this, but and only because it's an earnings play. So I'm in this SVM at 371. Got a big float. I'm sorry. Does it have a big float? Probably. Let's see. It's got a big float for a $3 stock. So I'm just in this for a little scalp play. I don't expect much out of it. Gets into the 80s. I'll probably turf it, high 70s even. No, RKDA, not short sell, no shorts available. Unless you scour for them, I guess, but not readily available. And there it goes. Oh man, I wish anybody get that TPC or hold on. Not like me. You got a little jumpy on it. If I hadn't done this in the free market, or if it hadn't done this, I probably would have held on. But you always have to worry that all of a sudden it's going to, tack on 30, 40 cents just like that. So anybody get the APPN from the evening scanner? You've got access to this. You've got access. You don't need me to tell you to do anything. It's up to you to figure out how you want to trade these. But the beautiful thing is that you don't get very many alerts. There are only 4 so far. Makes it very, very manageable. And again, if you are wondering, well, where are you getting them? Click on New, Channel Bar, and all the way down to My Window, Barry's Windows, okay? It's part of the standard service. I'm not sharing it. It's on the new, one more time, New Channel Bar. Well, now, okay, sharing, yes. Right here, Barry's Windows. It's a layout. Remember, it's a layout. So if you have a layout up, make sure you save your layout before you load it. Are you saying that these are not? Now, if you load it right now, you won't see them, right? But if you had them loaded from right from the open, you should see that. I mean, it's the same symbol list, so you can either do that. You can pin it. Understand how pin works. I hate to say because all of a sudden, people for whatever reason get all confused about how pinning works, and they keep loading the layout over and over and over again. What you can do is just, load my layout and then right click and then save each window to the cloud. Then it's in the cloud. Okay, it's in the cloud, and then load your personal layout again. File, load from cloud, and bring the, I guess there are what, 4 windows? Bring them back one at a time. Then you can incorporate them into your layout. Oh, good. Okay. Okay. I was worried. Yeah, 942, 4604. Yes. Phew. Yeah, there are only 2 in the evening scan up, but there are 4 in the evening scan down. How is that possible? Now, are you loading it? Are you looking at my channel, Waleed? Oh, well, yours, sorry, man. You got to look at my channel. I mean, it doesn't mean yours is any worse, of course, as you know. I'm just saying, I just want to make sure that, people see on my channel the same thing that I'm seeing on, my monitors. I've gone over it a few times. It's not so much having to do a video. I mean, I can. It's really no big deal. The creation is more. The creation is more how you view a weekly, monthly, and daily chart. Okay. Obviously, this is pretty subjective on my part. I mean, that's this is really all about. Looking at the evening scan at 4:30 every day, then it's up to you. I mean, this is all I do. I mean, I just look at, this is not the evening scan that at the end of the day, but I just have to look at every symbol and then make a determination. Do I want to hold? Do I want to make it for the list on Monday? So it is kind of subjective. Okay, so there's really nothing to creating it. You can do it yourself, but again, if you haven't done it before, I mean, this is today's evening scan symbols. Again, all I'm going to do, so there's nothing really to explain. I'll look at AP. Do I want to hold it for Monday? Do I want to add it, keep it on the list for Monday? If it continues like this, probably. So I go through each one of these, make a determination. Do I want to hold it for Monday also? Once I've done that, then I look at the evening scan for today, which I don't have up and running. So again, here's the evening scan right now as it sits, but I don't care about looking at 4:30 most days. I mean, the only reason I went to 4:30 Monday to Thursday is a lot of companies will release earnings, of course, after 4 o'clock. So I allow this list to fill up, and then I do the same thing. And I start looking at each symbol one by one, make a determination, whether or not I think it has some value in adding it to the list for Monday. So I mean, that's it. I've just basically told you what to do. Now, my evaluation of something might be completely different from your evaluation. And that's why, I mean, but you're more than welcome to, but you can follow along in the channel bar, because it's a channel bar in my windows there, Barry's windows. And then you can follow along with the same symbols that I chose. It's part of the standard service. All these channels are part of the standard service, yes. Except for the AI channels, these 3 Hollies. These are not. Meanwhile, there's another one collapsing on earnings. So many. ASUR. Now, probably coming into some support around 7.636-ish. Look at the monthly chart. Okay, so with the SPY moving down, this is helping the precious metals, SLV. So, that's why I'm holding on to the SVM right now. But if it gets back to where I bought it, I'll get out. But the SVM, obviously, it's sort of double. It's an earnings play, so it was reasonable based on earnings anyway. And then with silver, with the market moving down and silver moving up along with gold, could help it. Well, it's not Veteran, it's not for Windows. I just use the evening scan and create the symbol list. In each one of these, the symbol list is in here. So it automatically goes into these 3 windows. The symbol into these 3 windows automatically, and then I just wait for the alerts. So you don't want to create a symbol list of your own. You don't have to do anything. I would encourage you, though, I mean, great exercise to, start looking at charts, start looking at daily, monthly, weekly charts, just to check to see where a stock could go. Can't force you to do it, but you want to become an efficient trader and not rely on other people, you should learn how to read charts. And I'm not talking just you, Vedran, anybody. Ah. And I'm hopeful that I saw the prototype that in the channel bar for the test drive, we will have the AI curated, similar to what I do with the evening scan. With one bar, yes. All right, watching QNST again. I missed the short the first time, but I'm watching it again here. Boy, what a pop it had. That's the only issue. It can be so, what's the spread like? Yeah, just over 12 again. Doggone, I missed this one. This is from the AI Curation, PLT, 2975. 2975 was the alert. 2945 now on earnings. Actually, a couple of days ago, earnings. So if you're wondering about this AI curation, and what I would do is this. If you go to, hopefully it's in subscriptions. Yes. If you click on the subscriptions tab and you see I have one here, how I am using the AI to trade. There's a video I did about a couple of weeks ago maybe, and it's showing you how I'm using the AI to trade. I am basically disregarding the AI for today. Okay, I don't care about the AI alerts for today anymore. What I do is once the day is closed, almost like the evening scan, I take a look at them and I try to make a determination of if I think there could be some follow through the following day, and create a symbol list like that. Now I don't get rid, just like the evening scan, I don't get rid of every one of them the next day. So in other words, if I make a symbol list today of the AI that I think might have some promise on Monday. Monday comes along, and of course on Monday I'll have new AI symbols, but I may retain some of the ones from Friday. Thinking, well, I think they still have some promise. So it's not like I get rid of every one of them, just replace it with the current AI. And I'm finding that is a far better way to use the AI. Far better way. Okay, so Cody, I am not a person who looks at a lot of indicators, all right? But the indicators you see on my charts here, it's that orange line. That orange line is the 8 EMA, and the blue line is the 20 SMA. So it doesn't really matter what time frame. I have it on the 5 and the 15, okay? And then the other one, of course, is the 200-day moving average. That's it on the daily chart. 200-day moving average on the daily chart. And that's it. Yeah, I know, I'll get to it. Okay. Oh, TPC was just so good. If I just got a little slow, man, so good, so good, so good. Now it's down 10%. All right. Yeah, it's 10:30. Typically what I do at 10:30 is I go over the links and all that. So first of all, if you are new to the room today, welcome to the room. This is the format of the room every day. This is not a special day. The room is free, and it's free for non-subscribers, as you probably guess if you're a non-subscriber and you're in the room. And I open the room every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen, get live on the mic, and I go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays, which is today. If you are a subscriber and you are interested in the scans that I have that you can actually see, plus a lot of other scans that I've created for sharing, you can do one. You can have them one or two ways. You can click on the Scans tab, and you can see them all here on the Scans tab. All right. Hopefully they're named in a way that makes sense to you. Or you can click on the Room Drive icon, looks like a half-open folder, and scans that I share, you can download, and it'll go to a Word document. I would recommend that if you're part of the test drive, you've already signed up for it, remember, you'll be able to access the program a couple of hours after the market closes today. And so if you download this, it'll go to your Word document, and then you can look at them at your leisure and load them, make a layout of them if you want to do that. So that's one. I am going to go over click on the subscriptions link, and you hear me talk about the test drive. I'm going to put this in the stocks only right here. So the test drive, it starts on Monday. So what is the test drive? So many people, we get probably the most often asked question is, do you have any free trials? We don't have free trials. We do have a demo, but you know, it's limited. So we don't have free real-time trials. However, we do this 4 times a year, the test drive, for $8.99. You can have 5 full days of trading using our premium service. Okay, and it starts on Monday and goes to Friday. Now, you click on this right now. If you're planning to do it, please register now so that later on, a couple hours after the market closes, you can have access to the program, you know, for the rest of Friday and of course Saturday and Sunday to get a little accustomed to it. Now, if you cannot make the test drive on Monday, well, let me sum this up. You can also get 5 full days if you sign up after the market closes on Monday, or after the market closes on Tuesday, or after the market closes on Wednesday. Okay? Boy, this VSLR is triggering at me. What's happening with it? Yeah, so much happening. Another great looking short on earnings. Okay, so that is the test drive. You can also take part in the test drive if you are a standard subscriber right now and you've wondered about our premium service. And so what would happen is that we would basically upgrade you for those 5 trading days to our premium service. And of note, once the test drive is over, it's over. There's nothing for you to have to do. You don't have to unsubscribe. We don't put you into a subscription or anything like that. If you are a standard subscriber, you'll go back to standard. Of course, we'll offer you a nice promo code if you want to upgrade or if you want to take the program for the first time. But there's nothing for you to do. Now, let me go over some of the other links. I'm going to go over what the AI is all about first. So in tech support, you can see, so Meet Holly AI. So this is what the AI does. So basically we have what we call 50 baseline strategies that get optimized once the market closes every single day. The AI will take the most recent data, once the market's closed, so it'll take the day's data, and then run through what's called an optimization procedure over the 50 strategies. Basically, the optimization procedure, this is not one of the baseline strategies. The optimization procedure looks at each filter and maybe makes adjustments to the filter values, runs the optimizer, the back tester, see what effect that has by making some changes to the profit factor and win percentage. Sometimes she'll take a filter completely out and add one in. So, I always say it, very tedious, if you had to do it yourself, even for one strategy, very tedious procedure. So the AI does it for 50 of them. So on Monday, we don't know which ones are going to make the cut. Strategies that will make the cut, making the cut, typically having a profit factor of at least 2 and a win percentage of at least 60%. Okay, so that is basically what the AI goes through every day. Now you can click on the care description of the strategies. I don't really care. Who cares? They trigger, they trigger. If they don't, they don't. But some people like to see what the strategies are looking for. You can click on this link here for training, Monday to Thursday at, oops, sorry about that. Monday to Thursday at noon Eastern time. Webinars, we have 4 webinars a week, Monday to Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern time. These are all archived. Now, I encourage you, especially if you're part of the test drive, or if you're a subscriber, the beta is no longer beta. It is now the production version. Okay, so please upgrade. If you're part of the test drive and you downloaded earlier, you probably downloaded 4.2.81. If you didn't, if you can remember when you downloaded, if you didn't scroll down till you saw something that said beta, then you downloaded the production version. Please download this one. The reason you want to do that is this allows you to have all 3 AIs in one window. Okay, one of the reasons, but you should be in the latest version anyway. Okay, and you can, as I said, you can take out a demo of Trade Ideas. 15-minute delay, not real time, of course. No charts, no AI. Gives you a taste of what it's all about, but that's it. I do a daily video between 1:15 and 1:45 every day. And you can sign up for it there. And the trade of the week gets sent to you before the market opens every Monday morning. I want to go over Brokerage Plus. Things happening with Brokerage Plus. Let me just bring it up. Just a second here. Okay, so this is what Brokerage looks like. All right, this is basically a very nice looking order entry screen. Now, this is part of your standard service. Okay, you don't have to do anything to get this order entry screen. However, you do, in order for it to work, you do need an interactive broker's account. This is not a brokerage platform. You still need, in order to execute trades, you'll need an interactive broker's account. So if you don't have one, then just, forget everything else that I'm saying right now. But if you do have an IB account, and basically it would work in this fashion. The simplest way, you click on an alert. It's going to show up here. You can short it by selling. You can buy it, of course, going long. You can pick how many shares you want, and then the bid ask will show up here. You can pick the price you want to get in at. Second way to use it is what we call one-click method. So if you like COT, then ahead of time, it's easy. You can set up your own buying and shorting parameters, and you would basically just click on how you want to trade it. These are hotkeys that we've put in here for you. Flatten, get out of a position. Half, get out of half your position. You can double your position, or you can reverse. Go from long to short or short to long. Now, the exciting thing that we're working on right now is we are very close to having a real-time paper trading module available for everybody, and that will be part of the standard service. And so, you know, all our alerts are real-time, of course, so you would just click on the alert, and then you can paper trade it in this module, and again, it'll be real-time. And hopefully within a couple of weeks, I was hoping that it would be ready for the test drive, but I don't think it's going to be ready for the test drive. And again, this, of course, it's all based on our data, so it's not attached to any broker. You don't even need a broker. So hopefully that'll be available within a couple of weeks. I can tell right now, see it says paper trading, so we must be very close. And of course, next week, this room is like this every week. So next week, I'll probably be more, especially the first couple of days, trying to help people understand how to use the program. Yeah, I think I'm going to, I think exit. I don't want to see it get below 6. This was a bit of a flyer for me. Okay, so Brando, yeah, unfortunately it's not intuitive. Let me show you this one. So right click the strategy window, right click, and you have to go to properties and columns, okay? So it's right click, properties and columns. I wish, yeah, I mean, it's not, it should be the same for everybody, it wasn't. I'm afraid to look at RKDA. Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to these low floaters on the move at all for the last 2 weeks. There's just been so much action with the earnings plays. Just one moment, please. So yeah, anyway, feel free to ask me questions all day long. Of course, next week, obviously, but even doesn't really matter. If I'm busy doing something, I'll let you know. You can ask me questions all day long. Well, I have been, well, I can tell you that there have been several really good ones from the AI today. A couple that didn't move at all, which is fine, you know. I mean, I look at, you know, if you get an alert and it doesn't move, that's fine. I only traded one of them. And, you know, again, I'm not talking about them because it's not fair to those with the premium service, but next week I can talk about them all the time. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm spending more time on my evening scan. We might have to make the evening scan part of the premium service. Yeah, that's because I know it's confusing. Well, first of all, Alex, do you have the premium service? You don't have the premium service, do you? You won't get anything if you don't have the premium service, yeah. That was more for people with the premium service. Okay, all it was as a template. People ask me what filters do I use. There's a symbol list in there that is not available yet en masse. So if that makes sense. People were asking me what filters was I using. So I said, okay, I didn't want to have to keep popping it into the room to show you the filters I was using. So this is only for people with the, but hopefully, as I said, hopefully with the channel in the channel bar, there will be, it'll be called AI Curated, I hope, and it'll be available and hopefully by on Friday, on Monday. All right, things settled down. Well, here's another low, as they say, from the, didn't get it, didn't see it in time, 48.45, 48.02. I mean, look at these guys. These are just, yeah, I tried to get the QNST, not getting the fill. It's down 28%. I'm not getting the fill. That's correct, Alex. The AI is part of our premium service, so that is correct. Otherwise, there'd be no reason to have a premium service, to be honest. Premium is all about the AI. Now, somebody has hijacked Real's account because Real would ever ask a stupid question like that. I don't think so. I might have to ban this person because that can't be real. I know he wouldn't do that. Morning, Real. Give me her cell phone. I'll do it. No, they're real time. Now they're real time. Of course, they're real time. I mean, I'm just going to glance. This is all real. These are real time alerts based on the filters I have in place with the symbol list that I created. They're all real time alerts. Just like the evening scan, these are all real time alerts. You know, with the symbol list. Yesterday with the AI plus maybe some carryovers. Just like that, okay. Just like I'm saying here, here's the evening scan. These are the symbols that I had in my list for today. Everybody has access to them from that channel bar, new Barry's Windows, okay? But as I said, I will look, you know, I'm not going to get rid of them all for Monday. I will look at each one of them and see whether or not I want to maintain them for Monday. Do they still have some so I do the same thing with the AI. You know, I don't get rid of them all. I'll look to see whether or not I think some of them still have some promise from Monday. And then I'll take today's AI alerts and add them to the list. Yes, the symbol list changes, but it's what's called a global symbol list. So it automatically will change in the account. And so when you click on that channel, it'll be there. It's a global symbol list. No need to download it every day. I mean, if you back it out of the channel bar and save the windows and add them to your layout, it should be good to go. Because I mean, just like I have here, I have that symbol list is in here. You don't see it, okay? You don't see it, but it's in here, and it's what we call a global symbol list. Not unlike, we have a bunch of them in the channel bar. In our top list windows, we have a bunch of global symbol lists that we update, from time to time, but everybody has access to them. And that's why it's a global, so you cannot edit it. Obviously, you cannot edit. Oh, TPC is going to be the scourge of me today. I should be greedy though. I had some wonderful trades. Well, guys, I'm in another one here. Again, I can't tell you, you've got the same symbol list as I do. There's the NTRA that triggered at 32.69. I don't know how much further it's going to go, but now can you see why it made the list? It's a lifetime high. So this was the action this was the action yesterday. So can you see why when I look at the daily, weekly, monthly, yeah, I want to follow it. Excuse me. I want to follow it today. Now, you see, just because it gets followed doesn't mean it's going to trigger though. There are filters in here. I mean, these are the filters right now that are in here. The volume is 250, has to be at least within 50% of yesterday's high, and the current volume is 2. And then if a new high is made, then I get a trigger. So that's why, out of this list of symbols here, they haven't all triggered. The AI curated list is only available for premium subscribers. The evening scan curated list is in the channel bar, and you click on my channel right there, and you will have it. Okay, I may be getting out of the NTRA. I mean, it's moving against me right now. Well, you have to have the premium service, Alex. I mean, it's that simple. You want it? Sign up for premium. Just one moment, please. Oops, sorry about that. I had myself, I forgot, I unmuted my mic, but I forgot that I'm muted in the room. Okay, so, sorry about that. Who asked the question? So Nando, did you see what I did there? What you're seeing in that Barry's window, that's exactly, so why did you think you were doing something wrong? I guess that's, why did you think you were doing something wrong? That's what you're supposed to see. Okay, I'll get this in here now. Okay, so Nando, are you, yeah, you won't. The I guess this is I'm going to really have to keep explaining this, and that's fine. The AI is not part of, okay, that's a premium service. Okay, it's a premium service, so it's not part of the evening scan. Barry's Windows is just the evening scan, which is part of the standard service. Okay, so you're not getting the AI. Okay, but down the road, hopefully down the road at the end of today, what we plan to be doing is when you click on the channel bar, there will be another channel called AI Curated. It's obvious you can't see it. It's not there yet. And that hopefully will be available all next week. So not unlike the evening scan in Barry's Windows, the AI Curated will be just on the AI. Okay? I can't put it here because the AI is part of a premium service. So I can't mix them up. Probably not right off the bat. To answer your question, there's some work that has to be done. You know, we've got a lot of things on the go. Okay, it's really that simple. So you notice in the channel bar right here, if you're a premium subscriber, you have access to all these channels here. If you're only have a standard subscription, these are locked out. So I don't know what it takes to lock out a channel, but I guess it's not that they have to once the test drive is over, then they have to lock the channel out. I don't know what it takes to do it, but they did say that it it might take a week or so, or a couple of days. I really don't know. Ultimately, yes, though. Ultimately. Here is an earnings play also. Didn't see too much action in the pre-market for here. And look at the weekly 825. So it's a lot of support right around here. So it still has a ways that it could move down if it wants to. Oh, okay. Alex, when I go to properties, auction citizens, say asterisks. So are you saying that you're on a window that you're getting a lot of alerts, you're not hearing the sound, the asterisks or anything? Okay. So, and you are 100% that you've got the actions, the play sound is checked. And when you select sound, sorry, you don't even have to do that. Actually, you do. If you so you're not hearing anything when you click on play. Let me ask you this. This is a toggle. Are you getting sound alerts? Oh, you didn't select sound. Oh, okay. Well, that's... Oh, I see. Just the asterisk. Okay, let me ask you this. Are you getting sound alerts on any other window? Or do you only have one sound? Do you only, like, how many windows do you have sound alerts on? Okay, are you getting sound alerts at all from either one, or is it just one? Okay, so let me ask you this. The sound up on your computer, number one. This is a toggle. Did you accidentally, right beside the surfing, this is that icon right there. Looks like a little sound icon. This is a on-off. Is there a slash through it? Because that turns all the sounds off. Okay, no problem. All right, this one is ringing in my ear here. WTRH, that is a shorter one. Earnings play. This one was pretty active. I remember. I think what they do here maybe changed. I don't think this is. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is an IPO back here, or they changed symbol, rename themselves, or something. Man, oh man, TPC continues its descent. I'm just watching the NTRA. If it gives up into the 50s, I'll probably get out of it. It's been kind of a little bit erratic. Ritchie Brothers. Is it an earnings play? Yeah, it is an earnings play. Here's the only thing I can say about it, though. It's got two big topping tails, and then three minor, well, fairly minor. Got a bunch of topping tails there. Remember what the topping tails are telling you. Also, the market is putting a bit of a down move here. So remember what the topping tails are telling you. The buyers on all these occasions tried to take it up, but the sellers keep knocking it down. So until, until like, I wouldn't be in this one unless it honestly cleared, 37.20ish or so. I'm not saying I would take it even if it did that, but look at all of those topping tails. All right, guys, listen, I started seeing this little red candle there. So I'm all out of the SVM. I did not expect very much out of it, and I didn't get very much out of it. So I'm all out of the SVM. So all I have right now is the NTRA, just kind of waiting to see if I can get back into the 70s. Just the NTRA. I'm a little bit down on it right now. I'm at 32.72. So we're at 64.68 on the bid ask. So I'm only doing it because of this, of course. The evening scan has been working very nicely. So what gives me my glimmer of hope on it is the 15-minute chart, and you see the reverse here. There's a little bottoming tails, a little one there. So the sellers tried a couple of times to knock it down. If it gets up to 32.76, that they might let it go. Well, see, apps is right back now. Yeah, I just don't know if I could even possibly get the DXY where I would want that with it being 32% down. What is the Nectar doing now? That was the one I shared that one in the pre-market reel. 1898. My last cover was 1778. I actually wanted the other one, but in the pre-market, it just wasn't setting up for me. Oh man! Well, congratulations anybody who held on to the TPC. Look at that alert, 1047. So now it is over $1 on a $10 stock. Tremendous percentage gain. Actually, Nectar looks interesting right here as a potential. Let's see, what time is it? 11:16. So this has this still has 14 minutes to close, and that is going to be. I mean, if this is above, that'll be a red bar ignored with a nice little bottoming tail. 1936. They closed it at 1958. It has to get, so the trigger would be 1989-ish. Okay, that would be the trigger. It's over the VWAP, so that's not an issue. So that would be the trigger. If it gets to 1989 with the red bar ignored. I'm just looking at Exxon here, yeah. Other earnings, so many earnings plays. You know what? Finding on these earnings plays, the ones who are really making money on them are on the shorts. You know, the market has probably helped, but yesterday, I can't even remember what the market did yesterday, but it's the devastated ones, like the DXC as is triggering again and again. Look at that. I mean, down $17, 33% almost. Yeah, NEO's doing its thing again. You got an AI alert early on this one, and it, you know, popped up here, but it's doing its thing again. I actually saw that. Not that I'm going to do it, but there are actually shorts now at for Beyond Meat. For oh wow, a lot of them now. 146,000 shorts now at IB for Beyond Meat. They're having. I noticed this morning in the pre-market as it was down here, there were 1,000 shorts. So a lot of covering. Nectar, guys, it could be getting close to that trigger. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this term, what we're talking about, the red bar ignored. So the red bar there, totally engulfed by the previous green candle. The next candle is green, but not just green, but it has to at one point get above the high of that red candle. And in that case, it would signify that it could be a nice long setup. What also helps is this big bottoming tail there. Because again, what does it mean? It means that, you know, the sellers tried to knock it down. The buyers at least close it up here, and then they're trying to gain control, but maybe not. I mean, you know, that's why we wait. You know, we just wait. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And that blue line right there represents my price alert. Don't talk about the price alerts enough, you know, but our price alerts are probably maybe the simplest price alert creations that I've seen. I've used lots of different price alerts from brokerage platforms, of course, other charting services. But look how easy it is to put a price alert. Let's say I wanted to put a price alert right there at the high of that candle. Just right click, create, done. Nothing more to do. And it shows up here, right at the bottom here. If the way I have it sorted on the triggered column, if it did trigger, it would pop right to the top of the column, and it would flash at me and I have a sound alert on it. So I should not miss any price alert. And you can minimize if you have a screen problem, you can minimize these. And if you get an alert, it'll pop up. Let me see if I can do one. Let's see here. What's the price right now, this NVRO? Okay, I'm going to bracket it. Ah, come on. Okay, I'm going to put an alert here. It's 74 point, say 10, 74.10. Ah, well, okay. See how it triggered? But what I wanted to show was how it would have popped up. So let me put an alert just a little bit above it. Okay, now I'm going to minimize it. Now let's hope it hits 74.11 or 74.07. So I bracketed it now. Hopefully I get the ad and you'll see what I'm talking about. Well, you can have a pop-up window. That's what I'm just going to try to show you here. There you go. See how it popped up? Just popped up. And you can minimize it again. And of course, you can make it small if you want, just have it like that. Is that what you meant? See, and it just triggered again for me. So I'm getting out of this one. Okay, guys, so I was watching, of course, my NTRA, so I'm all out of that one now. See, another pop-up right there. Yeah, look at the market coming down now. So yeah, that's why I was watching the NTRA, watching the market, just kind of doing really nothing. So, and there's the NKTR. So see the NKTR did not trigger. The other thing I would always be aware of too is that if the market is going against you, I wouldn't be hopping into anything long, especially if you're trying to play a bounce of something that has been just eaten up. Yeah, but you can minimize it. I mean, you can minimize it if you want. Oh, minimize it. You can shrink it. I mean, if you literally wanted, you could shrink it to like that. And that's all you'll see. I'm assuming. I don't think it makes it. Yeah. So if you just have to minimize the window a little bit more, real. No, once the price alert triggers, it doesn't. That's it. You will not. So another, I know what you mean. I've asked for that a long time ago. They didn't do it for me. I know what you mean. So if it triggers, at 9:30, say at 9:30, and then it moves up to 9:32, then it hits 9:30 again. No, it's just one time. Yeah, I don't know if it'll ever do that. I mean, anything is possible, real, but I guess that would be what I would just minimize the window. I mean, it's basically be the same thing, or shrink it. So only see the, if you just want to see the top line. Meanwhile, look at APPN. Wow. Yeah, I'm out of apps, but I may get back in. There you go. There it just popped up, just like that. So I don't think that's that bad. But I do see what you're talking about. I mean, if you want to have your whole list up so you can glance at it all day long, then you want the little pop up just for the, I mean, I don't know if they'll ever do that real. Anything is possible, but I don't know. If it'd be low priority. $11.30. All right. Well, oh man, TPC just continues. This is like a real play. Look at that. 46.04 hits 50 from the evening scan. 46.04 hits 50. Had a pullback. I'm going to, stand that, get rid of some, but DBX continues its move down. So this is a lifetime low for DBX. Cannot get it. They will fill me. Maybe a good thing. All right, still kind of interested in the NTRA. I mean, but the market, this is a nice pullback here with all these bottoming tails, but you would have to take this out up here for me to get the original trigger was at 32.69, so I would probably, yeah, I see AMAG. I've got a thumbnail in the down here. I see it's having a nice little surge. Ugh. I'm sorry, guys. I'm in agony in the TV. Oh, actually, it popped. Okay, good. Finally. How can I? Okay, the day of. Well, it should be. It should be here. I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, it takes me a while to get the list, but I mean, I'm assuming that if you look at the channel bar, I don't know if I'm able to start it at 4:30. Look at the channel bar. Say 7 o'clock Eastern time. This list should be in there, which would be the list for the next day. That's what I think, anyway. Okay. You know what? I wonder if it's because of the sort price. Let's see what I have. What it's sorted on. Might have to make a change. All right, let me load it and see what it's sorted on. And it's possible that it won't populate till the next day. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that, properly. I mean, that's just the way it is. But let me just see. See what I have this thing sorted on. Yeah, if I sort it on the price, that might be. Yeah, so that looks like the similar should be exactly the same now. Again, these get updated every 30 seconds, so it won't be exactly in terms of the same order, but it should be exactly the same. So just sorted, I guess it was just a sorting feature. But basically, I don't know which ones weren't there. I mean, it should be very close. But if you've backed it out, if you've saved it, then just do the server sort, configure, sort, and change it to price, I guess. Doggone it. Couldn't get the QNST. There's a nice red bar ignored there, and there's a cross at the same time, and the VWAP 523. So yeah, that would have had seen this one. That's a nice one, 539 all the way up here. Nice cross right there, and also the red bar ignored. All right, NTRA is getting me interested again. Seems like it's kind of trading on its own. It's not hopefully caring too much what the market's doing. But I have an alert set up in this area, but I'm taking a break pretty soon, so may not be able to do anything with it. Pump is weakening again, guys, and again, don't think I can get it. So much for the bounce of GLYC so far anyway. Bye-bye. And bounce, oh man, VRA, oh, that's the other one. Look, I mean, look what it did. Pre-market, market opens, look like a glimmer of hope, 412, collapse, earnings play, lifetime low. This will be on the evening scan. But again, it's down 58%. So again, that uptick rule will be in effect on Monday. This was shortable also at IB. Lots of 200,000 shorts available. Yeah, I think I'm too. Well, I did try. I couldn't get it. I did try. This also showed up again. This is kind of the test, testing some new AI strategies here. The problem with it, as we talking to Michael about, is that virtually every one of these is an earnings play. So what happens when earnings season is over? You know, that's the problem. Virtually every alert is an earnings alert, and it's not because there was. I mean, QSR wasn't, but it's 4 days ago. DBX early. It's funny. Yesterday, the same sort of thing happened. The first two alerts right off the bat were incredible. After that, I mean, yeah, QNST is good too. But the first two alerts yesterday almost did the same type of thing. The DBX at 1960, 1846 now. This almost hit 50. Well, it did hit 50 from 45. So, but they're all earnings plays. It's not because there's a filter in there that's just looking at earnings plays. It's just that the relative volume is 10 in these. So that's why. And typically it's because if a company has earnings. What do we do when we're at our earnings season on that? Oh, no. Those no, not a chance. It's still in its infancy. Probably needs a month. It probably needs at least a month to test, but more so, it has to be tested outside of earnings. You know, I mean, that's really what it's all about. That didn't make sense. What it's all about is that we have to make sure that we're going to have to change some filters or something. Otherwise, we get with zero alerts. You know, there would be no alerts here. The only one is QNST. Okay, I'm sorry, QSR, but it's 4 days ago, so it's, you know, relatively close. Every other one is an earnings play. So we'd have to take a look at those filters and make some changes. No, guys, the Nectar is a little bit whippy, but well, no, I'm sorry, that is not. That would be not a red bar ignored anymore, right? Nectar, yes. Oh man, it's been a long week. A lot of fun. Man, VRAY. Oh, awesome short from the top here. I mean, I was looking to short this. I was looking, but in the here it is in the pre-market, I was looking at this area here. I was looking to see if it could hold this area and start moving down, and then it did this, and then even when the market opened, it just, here we go. Actually, you know what? I actually I actually like this, the little pop up. So there's the Nectar, but it's not a true red bar ignored. Now it's a red bar ignored here in the 5, but the trigger would have been 1954, so it's a little far away. Boy, another one. CISN is another one just getting clobbered on earnings. Yeah, couldn't get it. Sat there at 769. Could not get it. Here's a cross 584 or so, 584, but that, yeah, there wasn't very much action in the pre-market, so that's probably pretty close. And a little move here. But it is break time for me, so I can't mess around with anything new right now. guys. I'm just going to get set up for my break here. So get the announcement in. And again, the test drive, okay? Sign up for the test drive. It starts on Monday. You want to try us out for 5 days, 5 trading days. It costs you $8.99, all right? And that'll get you access to our premium service, full premium service. If you're a standard subscriber right now, you can sign up also. We'll upgrade you to our premium service for the 5 trading days. Once the test drive is over, it's over. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to unsubscribe or anything like that, okay? So if you've all been interested in trade ideas, now's the time to do it. We do this 4 times a year. And I would encourage you, if you can do it for the Monday to Friday and you want to do it, then sign up now, because a couple hours after the market closes today, you'll have access to the program itself. There's no live data, the market's closed, but you'll be able to play around with the program for the 2.5 days before the market opens on Monday, so you get prepared. You can also download, click on the icon right there, Room Drive, have open folder. You can download all the scans that I have. You can download them, go to a Word document, and then, you know, a couple hours after the market closes today, you can start loading them. You can take a look at them. You can create a layout with the ones you want, okay? You too, late. Okay, so this is, let me just get the announcement up here so I can put it up here. All right, and I'm going to put it on surf mode. So what'll happen is it'll go, here are some top list windows I have here. It'll cycle through all the top list windows that I have. Take a look at the top 3 symbols as I have them sorted. It'll keep doing that over and over and over again. Unless I can go to a chart and I can stop it. Notice how if you check up here, notice how when I go to a chart it pauses, so I can look at the chart for a little bit longer. There we go. There's Nectar right there popping up. And sorry. Or of course you can click, if you click on an alert, it'll stop the surfing, and this is just a toggle on and off. Okay, so we will see you in a while.